Starbucks baristas, what customer made you lose it? Every morning at 6:47 a.m., I watch the same woman destroy our entire staff's sanity with 4 words: 3/8 vanilla pump. Veronica wanted exactly 3/8 of a pump of vanilla in her latte because apparently that extra eighth and a half pump was unbearably sweet. And thanks to Starbucks' sacred customer is always right policy, we had to mark fractions on our pump and pretend this made sense. But even though we made it exactly her way, she always said the first drink was wrong. She'd swirl it once, purse her lips without tasting, and declare it wrong. Too sweet, she'd announce, or barely any vanilla at all. Then she'd tap her manicured nails on the counter while we remade it. My manager Brett would hover nearby, mouthing, "Just do it," whenever we hesitated. 3 weeks in, I accidentally handed Veronica back her rejected drink instead of the remake. My stomach dropped. She took a sip. "Finally, someone who listens," she said, dropping $1 in our tip jar like she was bestowing a kingdom. Wait, what? The next morning, I tested it again. Rejected drink, fake remake, hand back the same cup. Perfect, she declared. For over a year, this became my morning theater. Once my coworkers discovered the trick, it became our secret rebellion. We kept a hidden scoreboard tracking who could pull off the most ridiculous remake. Tessa won the speed category by simply turning around and turning back, 8 seconds flat. Marcus, 17 and fearless, once served Veronica the same drink 4 times in a single visit. Each time she declared it wrong. By the 4th identical cup, she finally proclaimed it perfect and lectured him about persistence paying off. Jerome took a creativity prize when he accidentally dropped her cup, caught it midair, and explained that the sudden agitation had redistributed the milk proteins and broken the surface tension, creating optimal flavor integration. She tipped him $3 and nodded like she knew exactly what that meant. My personal triumph happened on a Monday, when Veronica stormed in already screaming into her phone about someone's incompetence. She hung up and snapped her fingers at me without looking up, but before she could order, I slid a drink across the counter. Your usual. I actually made 3 versions this morning since it was slow, and this was the only one that met your standards. She stopped mid-reach. You pre-made my drink? I nodded. Threw out 2 already. This one has exactly 3/8. She picked it up suspiciously, took a sip, and her whole face changed. Finally, good girl. She patted the counter like I was a dog who'd learned a trick. This is what I've been training you for. She dropped a 10 in the tip jar and told the next customer how she'd broken me improperly. The drink I'd handed her, yesterday's leftover batch from the fridge that Marcus was about to throw out, heated up in the microwave. By month 6, we weren't even trying to hide it. While Veronica screamed into her phone about work stuff, I'd take her cup, wait 3 seconds, hand it back. Marcus would remake drinks without moving. Tessa straight up told her, "Still the same drink, nothing changed, here you go." Veronica was too busy screaming about deadlines to notice. She grabbed it mid-rant, took a sip, and threw us a thumbs up without missing a beat. My last shift before college was supposed to be quiet. Instead, the place was pure chaos. Blenders shrieking out frappuccinos every 10 seconds, milk steamers screaming, sticky syrup coating every surface. Then Veronica strutted in wearing designer sunglasses indoors, practically shouting into her phone about her assistant's incompetence. She cut through the line of 12 people, planted herself at the register, and without even acknowledging me, yelled over the noise, "God, this place is a zoo. I can barely hear myself think." The words flew out before I could stop them. Funny, I can still hear you complaining. The entire store froze. A kid dropped his cake off. Veronica slowly removed her sunglasses. "Excuse me? I said I can still hear you, just like every morning for the past year." I leaned across the counter, speaking loud enough for everyone to hear. "Just like how you've been drinking the same wrong drink for a year and calling it perfect. 412 days of swallowing your own rejection. By the way, 3/8 is just a half pump to us." Her face went pinker than a venti pink drink. "Liar!" She slammed both hands on the counter. "Fire her now!" she screamed at Brett, who just walked out of the back. "She's lying to humiliate me. I spent thousands here." Brett, who lived by the employee handbook, knew firing me would tank his quarterly review. He cleared his throat. "Ma'am, today is her last shift anyway." "That's it?" She stormed outside with her phone, pacing the sidewalk for 2 straight hours on hold with corporate. We watched through the windows as she gestured wildly at no one. After her call went nowhere, she marched back in, hurled her sunglasses at the window where they shattered on impact, and screamed, "I will never come back to this location." Then she ran to her white Mercedes and sped off. I worked my last 2 hours with the biggest smile. A month later, Marcus texted me, "She still hasn't been back. We're free." I'd given my coworkers the ultimate gift, a Veronica-free workplace. And me, I got the perfect last day.